here we have a nice set of accessories for a rotary tool like a Dremel or something like that. This is from the brand JUEMEL, J-U-E-M-E-L. I've gotten sandpaper discs before for my orbital sander from them, and actually even a brushless drill for my mother. So that's how I know this brand. So this is the 470 piece Rotary Accessory Kit. We're going to kind of go through it, and I'll talk about what you get with this, and then I'll do another video where I actually will show you me using this for what I primarily use this kind of stuff for, which is modifying different gel blaster toy guns with my kids. So let's go ahead and open it up. All right. Okay, so we can see everything in here, and of course we'll go over it a little more. So like I said, 470 pieces. Obviously you get the nice little case, you've got your little wrench tool, you've got a whetstone, an aluminum oxide grinding point, some felt wheels or a felt wheel, abrasive stones, steel wire brush, brass brushes, cut off wheels, and and the list goes on, and you guys can read that, so I'm not going to go through all of it. Okay, but here, let's start. So you got a lot of sanding, right? Your little sanding right here, okay? And those will just fit right onto these. Just find the appropriate size. And that's gonna just go right on there, okay? So you have 3 different sizes of these pieces. Then you've got a bunch of sanding discs. These are gonna be all just different kinds of sanding discs. Okay, so these little kind of look like old film canisters if you're as old as I am and you remember what those are. I believe this last one's polishing compound. So you've got some polishing compound here because you've got these little polishing ends, polishing disc right here. You've got your cutting discs right here as well. So I'm going to assume that most people who would be purchasing this have a rotary tool, so they're somewhat familiar with it and as to how to use it, right? So you've got some extra, I believe these are called collets. So you got extra of these in case you need them. Okay, so lots of different tools. You can see your stone, just for different type of applications, right? And then if we look at all of these here, okay? Lots of choices. I primarily do cutting with mine, and then some sanding. So primarily use cutting wheels and then use the sanding like this. I don't use these sanding discs as much, so maybe I will now. I just haven't had them in the past. So it does come with a nice accessory list, and it tells you exactly what works on what. So you know that this is for cutting wood and plastic. It's not for cutting any metal or stone, and you can kind of go through this and reference this in case you do have any, thing you're not sure about. So it tells you which ones there are and what they can do. So that's nice to be able to have that in here just in case, okay? And I was right, those are called collets. That's what I thought. So, all right, and then it even goes over how to use it. So if you aren't familiar, it's going to go ahead and give you some directions here as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'll stop this video, and then I'm going to set up another video where I kind of show you me using this with my tool, which happens to be a Dremel, and you'll see how I use it to cut and to sand, and I'll make sure to show you how I install one of these on there and everything. All right?